A Paradise Lost. Now let's go back many thousands of years ago, at a time when mankind got along with even the most wildest, ferocious beast that roamed the earth. And humans got along with those very ferocious, vicious creatures because they had an understanding. It was like, if you don't bother me, I won't bother you. Now skip ahead to this modern time when if mankind goes in certain wild environments, they would certainly get eaten alive. And it's about what? Countless types of creatures that are vicious that would attack man at first sight without hesitation. They say the only creatures that mankind can really get along with now is dogs and cats and maybe birds. Now, why do you think that happened? Well, let's skip back many thousands of years ago, when mankind got along with those such wild creatures. You know, eventually mankind started bothering those animals that were minding their own business. Because, you know, man gets that hunter spirit in them and they got to go out and try to hunt something, and not necessarily for food either, but just to get the thrill out of that. So man probably at that point was hunting various types of creatures, which were wild and ferocious. Then those creatures were like, man, this form of a creature is really tyrannical. They're out there hunting and killing us. And they walk around with 2 legs. And they have arms. Wow, this creature is very uncivil. This creature is very evil. And unbeknown to the animals that they were human, they were like, wow, well, it's either them or us. So if we see any human on sight, we're going to go and attack them and try to kill them. And then we're going to whisper and tell all our friends that, and tell all our neighbors that you can't trust these species because they're hunting us, and a lot of them are hunting and eating us too. But I see, well, we're not food, not that I know of. Do they look at us as that? They must be pure savages, because even we don't eat each other. So why would they want to eat us? Why don't they just go and fish like everything else? Because, you know, there are birds, hawks, and eagles that would swoop down in the waters and fish. And there are other wildlife creatures that walk on 4 legs that would go and fish. And they like, this particular creature, which is man, is hunting us and killing us, and they're even hunting us and skinning us alive just to wear our fur. Because I see them walking around with our fur on. Wow, in order for us to survive, we gotta have to become very tyrannical and evil towards them and ferocious, and hopefully they'll leave us alone. And that's probably how it happened. At some point when man and wild beasts no longer had that understanding, because eventually mankind started bothering them for food, for fur, and for the common thrill of it. So let's skip ahead again to this modern era, which is now, and just as they look back over the course of the past century, and look how many major wars were fought. There were many types of wars. And if you look at all the conflicts together, then they were like world wars too, because many died. But just get to the major world wars. There was World War I and World War II, and millions were killed. Then there was the Vietnam conflicts, the Korean conflicts, the civil wars. And these wars were fought between mankind, which was supposedly the most civil, conformed animal on the planet. So why would man wipe each other out like that if they are the most civil? Just think about it. So go back from that many thousands of years back before that happened. And at that time, man pretty much got along. They were friendly, they were peaceful, they respected each other's various types of rights for property. They were like, wait a minute, man, you look like me, you talk like me, you act like me, you smell like me, so we're like brothers. And then the women said, hey, well, woman, you look like me, you smell like me, you're soft like me, then we're like sisters. And then the guys like the women, and the women like the guys, and there wasn't too many problems, but you say eventually there would be types of disputes where men were getting into it with each other. Maybe they were getting into it over the women because, hey, I like this woman. I think she should be mine. And it ain't right that she with this dude, so I'm going to go and take her from this guy. But no, I'm going to take a big billy club or something, or a big animal bone that I made into a weapon, and I'm going to crack him over the skull and take his woman. Yeah, the other people start doing the same thing. And then, aside from that, other types of civil disputes was arising over territory, for purposes of hunting and settling in with the family. Well, to make a long story short, everybody's got reasons for any type of civil dispute or violent conflict. So skip ahead again, come ahead further, many thousands of years at the present time, when the logical, wise-minded people can reflect back in time and determine why and how a paradise was lost. And that would pretty much be the indicators of that. Thanks for tuning in, and until the next time.